Hello, my awesome third grade artist. Today we're going to be starting a new project. We're going to be making these colorful color wheel lions. We're going to talk a little bit about color, and then I'm going to show you how to make this. So teachers, before you begin, find the YouTube video, the color wheel, and then there's some hashtag words that go with that to find that correct link. It's all in your lesson plan, so find that and show the students. And I also wanted to talk just for a minute about the color wheel. So let me move this aside and put this here. And teachers, you'll have one of these hanging in your room. I'll send one with the lesson plans. But students, we've been talking about color for the past few years. We talk a lot about cool and warm colors. So remember that cool colors are colors that make us think of things that are cool or cold. Greens, blues, and purples. And then warm colors are things that make us think of things that are warm or hot. Yellows, oranges, and reds. And so they're both on either side of the color wheel. It doesn't matter what way you turn it. A color wheel can be turned any way, but they're all going to be one half is warm and one half is cool. And then another thing that's neat about the color wheel is, to begin with, there are three primary colors. They're your three basic colors, and all of the other colors in the rainbow are made from them. They are yellow, blue, and red. Now, you can make any color from those three colors. So, yellow and blue make green, good. Blue and red make purple, and another word for purple is violet. And yellow and red make orange. So those are really important things to know when you're doing art, so you can learn how to mix your own colors. And we're going to be doing a little bit, you're going to see a little bit how the colors mix when we do our color wheel. So to begin with, you're going to each get a piece of 9 by 12 watercolor paper. And we're going to be making the painted paper for the face of our lion. So to begin with, teachers, have a center set up, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. Make sure the student's name is on the back, somewhere in the middle, because this is going to be their face. You're going to be cutting it out. And you can just come in. We're using neon tempera paint and squirt a little orange. And teachers, you do this part and then squirt a little yellow. Then, to make the kind of painted paper that I made, and it makes it a little thinner and it's better for drawing on with Sharpies, you have to be careful when you draw on tempera with Sharpies, because it sometimes doesn't work. Sharpies are great, but they don't love drawing on tempera. So I'm going to take some of my scraper tools, but I'm going to use the flat side. This one has 3 flat edges. So I'm just going to take one and kind of start moving the paint around, and it really creates some beautiful effects. Look at that. And if you put too much paint, you can use a paper towel and take some up, but I'm just gently kind of going around and moving that paint around. And it's really, really pretty because it has these layers underneath of it. You're kind of peeling back. So let the students kind of play with that and get it how they like it. And then you'll let it dry. So everybody has to do one of these because that's your face. But let me set my scraper over here because it's got paint on it. But there's also a part of the face that is this color paper. So you only need some of the students to make this, because we're going to share this. This is one that I've already painted. And see where I've cut out one of those shapes for that? So you could probably get 8 to 10 from one piece of paper. So just have a few students do this part for you while you've got the paint out. And it's the same technique, except I used red and orange for this. Same technique. Let them dry. So let me move these aside, and I have my dry ones. Just way over here. So this is one of my dry sheets, and I'm going to show you how to draw the face of the lion. So because we're going to be cutting these out and we don't want to see our pencil lines later, let's flip it over and draw on the back. I'm just going to draw with a pencil. And so I'm going to start, I want you to see how big this lion face is. So it's from top to bottom. It's about like that. So see where you need to start? This is the center. You need to go up, but not all the way up. And we're going to make a large kind of line that just very, very, very gently curves, not much. And then we're going to put 2 ears 2 little curvy round lines for ears, and then we're just going to connect them. So you just go straight down and then come back up and connect at the bottom. Then you cut that out. And the reason we drew on the back is because if you didn't cut perfectly and some of your pencil line was still showing, when we flip it over, it won't show. So try to always remember that when you're drawing, you can cut on the back and then your pencil lines won't show. Try to take your time and do a good job cutting. Cutting is an important skill to have. You turn the paper as you go. You don't turn the scissors, you turn the paper. See how I'm turning that paper? Okay, so when I turn it over, there's my lion head. Okay, now let's make the part that's going to be the top of the nose. So I'm going to bring this over, and I'm just going to look. And I'm going to come and just make, and teachers, you might could help them with a measurement. I'm going to say I want it about like that. So I'd put it up here, and I kind of make, oh, you know what I forgot? I should be drawing this on the back. Almost forgot. So draw on the back, come down here, kind of makes a triangle shape that gets bigger at the top, tapers, gets smaller at the bottom. See that shape? Cut it out. Let me get over here on the camera. It's really easy to forget to draw on the back because you're automatically kind of think you should do it on the front, but all right, and then I'm just going to glue that on there. Okay, so put some glue. I could have made that a little longer, but this will be okay. I'm just going to glue it on here like this. Press it down really good. Then it's time to draw our features on our lion. So I have found that drawing, these are the fatter ones. They're still the fine point, but they're the fatter ones. They seem to do better on this tempera paint. So I'm going to be sending those to you. So let's start at the top. I'm going to make some lines for my ears, and you can do yours however you want. Another tip with drawing with these Sharpies on this tempera is don't press down very hard. The lighter you don't have to press down, and it does better. If you press down really hard, it's going to do something funky with that tempera, and it won't go on as good. And then I'm going to make some eyes. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to make a line that kind of curves this way. One over here. And I'm going to make the pupil. And I'm going to color it in. And again, guys, I'm doing it light. If I were pressing down hard, it wouldn't do as good. Plus, when you press down hard with a Sharpie, you mess the tip of it up. So there's no need to press down hard. I'm doing the ladder method of coloring. So I start at one side and I go across, staying in the lines. And then I put these little marks underneath the eye just for something extra. If you want to do that, you don't have to. You can make yours look however you want. Then the nose will come just straight off of that. It's like a triangle shape right off of that orangey reddish paper that you have. And I'm going to color it in. Ladder method. Going all the way across. My Sharpie is trying to not do great on this tempera, but I'm just going back over it. We also, if we get to where these Sharpies just aren't working, we can use some black paint pens. So we may keep that idea open. Because see how mine's starting to kind of wear down. So now I'm going to make the mouth. Yep, it's kind of doing funky there. So we may use paint pens, and that's okay. And then I'm going to put some little dots where the lion's whiskers would be. You can make a mouth if you want. You don't have to. It's just up to you. So you decide how you want to do that. But that's going to be my lion face. So you'll need to make sure your name is on the back of it and sit it somewhere for later. All right, the next step is to make the big mane. This is where our color wheel comes in. So everybody is going to get a big sheet of this paper. This is watercolor paper. And you are going to use your pencil and draw a big circular shape. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's really better if it's not perfect. But teachers, if your students are having a really hard time, find something large in your classroom that they could trace maybe as a template. But it needs to almost, you see how that almost fills that space. It almost goes to the top and bottom. And you are just going to paint the colors of the color wheel in order of the color wheel. Doesn't matter where you start, but they have to go in order. So if you want to do like this one, I'll turn it, and you can start with the yellow. So again, you're using your fluorescent paint, and you are going to start painting and wash your brush between colors. It's okay if it mixes, but don't dip your dirty brush into the clean paint. Wash it every time. So teachers, have some paint out for them, a paper plate with all your colors out, and you can even put them out in the order of a color wheel. They'll start painting yellow. They'll wash their brush, start painting green, wash the brush, blue, wash the brush, violet, wash the brush, red, wash the brush, and orange. And so see, mine is kind of backwards than this one. But as long as they're going in the correct order, it's fine. As long as they're getting the colors where they need to be. So the color wheel, remember, can be turned any way, and it's still the color wheel. It doesn't have to go this way. It can turn any way as long as the colors are in this order. So once they have that done, and like I said, it's okay when the colors start to blend, because that's what happens on a color wheel. The colors blend as you go around. Then they will cut it out, and then try to have it so you don't see the pencil lines. You can flip that over and do the same thing, and then you're going to have your lines made. And then all that will be left is to glue the face on. Well, we have one more step, I almost forgot, but we'll glue that face on. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Whoops. So I'm going to use my Elmer's School Glue. It will work a lot better than the glue sticks for this. This is really heavy paper. When it gets painted, it's even heavier. Glue it in the middle. Teachers, you can press this lay something flat over these overnight and really get them good and flat if you need to. Then the final step will be using our gel sticks to add some movement around the mane. I want you to be creative and think of different ways that you could do this. I made little dotted lines as I went around, and I kept the colors still within the color wheel. So on the blue, I used blue. On the purple, I used purple. And you see how on the red, I used red. And I kept it going with that color wheel to keep it all the same. But you can change up what kind of lines you do. So I wanted to show you, I'm going to do this one. Now you can do the one I do, but I'd love for you to be creative and do your own. You could do curvy lines. You could do zigzag lines. I'm going to do straight lines that come out. So I'm going to start with my blue. I'm going to start where the blue is. And I'm going to make these straight lines that kind of go around like that. Then we're getting into our green. These gel sticks just really glide on this paper. So nice. The only rule I have about this is do not write words on this. We're just drawing lines. What kind of lines you draw is up to you, but we're not writing. I'm doing my orange. I'm going to come in with some red. Switching over to red. And then I'll go with my purple or my violet. It's just really fun to use. So see, I like how that looks. So I would love to see what you can come up with for yours with your gel sticks. And I can't wait to see these. And your teachers will send them back to me, and I'll put them on Artsonia. And some may even get chosen for our art show. So do your very best, and I will see you next time. Bye.